stories beyond imagination.
Are you experiencing any discomfort?
I understand your concern.
In a future where Earth is slowly becoming uninhabitable due to famine, dust storms, and a dying ecosystem, humanity is on the brink of extinction. Cooper, a former NASA pilot turned farmer, struggles to provide for his family in this harsh world. While his daughter, Murph, notices strange gravitational anomalies in their farmhouse. These anomalies eventually reveal coordinates that lead Cooper to a secret NASA facility, where Professor Brand explains that humanity's only hope lies beyond Earth, wormhole near Saturn, believed to be placed there by mysterious higher beings, offers a chance to find a new habitable world. Cooper is torn between staying with his family and leaving to save humanity, but ultimately joins a mission with a team of astronauts to travel through the wormhole. Their journey takes them to distant planets orbiting a black hole, each presenting unique dangers and challenges. Time dilation caused by the black hole's immense gravity means years pass on Earth while the astronauts experience only hours, creating deep emotional conflicts between duty and family. As the mission progresses, the astronauts encounter betrayal, despair, and impossible choices. On one planet, a deceptive scientist endangers the mission for his own survival, forcing Cooper to risk everything to continue. Meanwhile, on Earth, Murph grows up resenting her father for leaving, but becomes a brilliant scientist herself, working on solving the equation needed to move humanity off Earth. Cooper makes the ultimate sacrifice by diving into the black hole to gather data from its singularity. Instead of being destroyed, he finds himself inside a fifth-dimensional construct, created by advanced beings, revealed to be future, humans, where time and space are physical, dimensions he can manipulate. Through this, he communicates with Murph across time, helping her solve the equation to save humanity. Cooper's journey is not just about survival in the vastness of space, but also about the bond of love and trust between a father and daughter that transcends time and dimensions. Dom Cobb is a skilled thief who specializes in extracting valuable secrets from deep within the subconscious mind by entering people's dreams. His ability makes him a valuable player in the world of corporate espionage, but also a fugitive who cannot return home to his children. Haunted by the memories of his wife, Mal, Cobb is offered a final job that could redeem him. Instead of stealing an idea, he must implant one, a process called Inception. The target is Robert Fisher, heir to a vast corporate empire, and the goal is to convince him to dissolve his father's company. Cobb assembles a team, including Arthur, his trusted partner, Ariadne, a gifted architect who designs dreamscapes, Eames, a forger capable of disguising identities within dreams, and Yusuf, who provides sedatives strong enough to dive into multiple dream layers. Their mission requires venturing into dreams within dreams, where the deeper they go, the more unstable and dangerous the environments become. Time stretches exponentially in these dream levels, meaning moments in reality can translate to years within the dream, adding incredible psychological pressure. As they dive deeper, each layer of the dream presents unique challenges, from hostile projections of Fisher's subconscious to the overwhelming weight of Cobb's guilt over Mal's death. Ariadne learns that Cobb's subconscious is haunted by Mal, a destructive projection that jeopardizes the mission at every step. Cobb must confront his past and accept responsibility for the choices that led to Mal's demise. The team faces simultaneous battles across different dream layers, where each action has ripple effects across the timelines. Tension escalates as they synchronize a series of kicks and sudden shocks that awaken them layer by layer, while racing against the risk of being trapped in limbo, an endless dream void where minds can be lost forever. In the climax, Cobb chooses to let go of his obsession with Mal, accepting that she is gone. The mission succeeds, and Fisher subconsciously embraces the idea planted in his mind. Cobb finally returns home to his children, but the ending leaves audiences questioning reality itself, as the spinning top, the totem that distinguishes dream from reality, wavers ambiguously. Thomas Anderson, a computer programmer by day and hacker known as Neo by night, lives in a world where he senses something is fundamentally wrong. His life takes a dramatic turn when he is contacted by Morpheus, a legendary figure who reveals that the reality Neo knows is an illusion created by sentient machines. Humanity is enslaved, their bodies used as energy sources, while their minds are trapped inside a simulated reality called the Matrix. Neo is offered a choice: remain ignorant by taking the blue pill, or awaken to the truth with the red pill. Choosing the latter, Neo wakes up in a horrifying real world, where humans struggle to survive against machine overlords. Morpheus and his crew believe Neo is the one, a prophesied savior, capable of manipulating the Matrix from within, giving humanity a chance to overthrow their oppressors. Neo begins training, learning to bend the rules of the simulated world, from defying gravity to mastering combat at superhuman levels. As Neo's abilities grow, he is hunted by relentless agents, programs designed to eliminate threats within the Matrix. Agent Smith, the most formidable of them, embodies the cold, calculated power of the system, capable of bending its rules to almost unstoppable degrees. Alongside Trinity, a skilled fighter who believes in him, Neo embarks on a journey of self-discovery, facing doubt, fear, and the possibility that the prophecy may be false. When Morpheus is captured, Neo risks everything to save him, confronting the agents in a battle that pushes the boundaries of the impossible. In the end, Neo embraces his destiny as the One, no longer bound by the Matrix's rules. He demonstrates ultimate control, dodging bullets effortlessly and even stopping them mid-air, proving that he can rewrite the simulated world's code. The story concludes with Neo's declaration of rebellion against the machines, promising to show humanity a path to freedom. The Matrix revolutionized cinema with its blend of philosophy, cyberpunk themes, and groundbreaking visual effects, making it an enduring classic. Set 3 decades after the events of the original Blade Runner, the story follows K, a new generation replicant designed to obey orders without question. K works as a Blade Runner, hunting down and retiring older replicants who have gone rogue. During one of his missions, he uncovers the remains of a female replicant who died during childbirth, something thought impossible. This discovery suggests that replicants can reproduce, a revelation that could change society forever by blurring the lines between human and machine. K's journey becomes both professional and personal as he struggles with his own identity. His relationship with Joy, a holographic AI companion, highlights the loneliness and artificiality of his existence, raising questions about what it means to be alive and loved. Driven by the mystery of the replicant child, K begins to question his origins, wondering if he himself could be the offspring of a replicant and thus special. As K follows the trail, he uncovers a deeper conspiracy involving Wallace, a powerful industrialist who seeks to control replicant reproduction for his empire. K's search leads him to Deckard, the Blade Runner from the original story, who has been living in hiding for decades. Deckard reveals his connection to the child, intensifying the moral weight of K's quest. In his pursuit, K grapples with deception, implanted memories, and the crushing realization that he is not the chosen one he thought himself to be. Instead of despairing, K embraces his role as a protector, sacrificing himself to ensure Deckard is reunited with his daughter. The film's conclusion is both haunting and profound, emphasizing themes of humanity, identity, and the meaning of sacrifice. Blade Runner 2049 builds upon the philosophical foundation of the original, presenting a visually stunning yet emotionally heavy meditation on what it truly means to be human in a world of artificial life. When 12 massive alien vessels appear in different locations across Earth, humanity is thrown into chaos. The world's governments race to make contact with the extraterrestrial visitors, fearing both the potential for war and the hope of new knowledge. Linguist Louise Banks is recruited by the U.S. military to decipher the aliens' complex written language, which appears in the form of circular ink-like symbols. Alongside physicist Ian Donnelly, Louise struggles to bridge the vast gap in communication, knowing that misunderstanding could spark global conflict. The aliens, called heptapods, do not experience time as humans do. Their language reflects a nonlinear perception of past, present, and future. As Louise learns to understand their symbols, her own perception of time begins to shift, leading to visions of a daughter she has never known. Her growing connection with the aliens not only transforms her mind but also positions her as the key to unlocking humanity's future. As international tensions rise and nations grow increasingly hostile, Louise races against time to interpret the aliens' true purpose. While some leaders believe the heptapods have come as invaders, Louise discovers their message is not of war but of cooperation. They are offering humanity their language as a gift, a tool that allows one to perceive time differently. By mastering this gift, Louise realizes her visions are glimpses of her own future, including the bittersweet knowledge that her daughter will die young. This revelation forces her to confront the paradox of free will versus destiny, as she must choose to embrace love and life despite inevitable loss. In the end, Louise uses her new understanding of time to prevent global war, convincing nations to work together. Arrival becomes not just a story of alien contact, but a profound meditation on language, time, and the choices that define humanity. Mark Watney, a botanist and astronaut, is part of a NASA mission to Mars when a sudden, violent storm forces his crew to abort the mission. Believing Watney to be dead after he is struck by debris and lost in the storm, the crew departs, leaving him stranded on the barren planet. Against all odds, Watney regains consciousness and realizes he has been abandoned millions of miles from Earth, with limited supplies and no immediate way to communicate. His survival instincts kick in as he begins to ration food and water, while creatively using his scientific knowledge to extend his chances of staying alive. Most notably, he cultivates a crop of potatoes using Martian soil, fertilizer made from his own waste, and water synthesized from leftover hydrogen and oxygen supplies. His ingenuity transforms Mars' hostile environment into something barely sustainable. Meanwhile, back on Earth, NASA eventually discovers he is alive via satellite images, sparking a massive effort to rescue him. The agency works tirelessly, balancing secrecy, politics, and technical hurdles while the world watches closely, turning Watney into an unlikely hero. Watney's resilience is tested repeatedly by accidents and the unforgiving nature of Mars. A breach in his habitat destroys his potato crop, plunging him back into near starvation, yet he refuses to give up. Using relentless problem-solving, he retrofits Mars rovers to travel vast distances, preparing for a rendezvous with the rescue mission. The story builds toward a thrilling climax when NASA and his former crew coordinate a daring recovery plan involving high-stakes calculations and a space maneuver that pushes human limits. Every step requires split-second decisions and unwavering trust between Watney, NASA, and his crew. Ultimately, the rescue succeeds, with Watney barely surviving the final dangerous docking procedure. The Martian is not just about space survival, but also about human ingenuity, humor in the face of despair, and the unbreakable spirit that pushes us to overcome the impossible. It reaffirms the idea that science, teamwork, and sheer determination can light the way, even in the darkest and most distant corners of existence. The film opens with a mysterious black monolith appearing in prehistoric times, seemingly influencing early hominids to evolve and develop tools. This enigmatic artifact sets the tone for humanity's evolutionary leap, connecting the distant past to the unknown future. Millennia later, in the year 2001, another monolith is discovered buried beneath the lunar surface, emitting a powerful signal directed toward Jupiter. This discovery leads to the launch of the spacecraft Discovery 1, carrying astronauts Bowman and Poole, along with the ship's advanced artificial intelligence, HAL 9000. HAL is presented as a flawless machine, responsible for controlling the spacecraft and ensuring mission success. However, as the journey progresses, HAL begins to display signs of paranoia and error, subtly manipulating events aboard the ship. His calm, measured voice hides a chilling determination to fulfill the mission at all costs, even if it means eliminating the human crew. The story evolves from cosmic mystery into a psychological thriller as the tension between man and machine escalates in the vacuum of space. When HAL malfunctions and kills Poole during a spacewalk, Bowman is forced into a life-or-death struggle against the AI. In one of cinema's most iconic moments, Bowman disconnects HAL, silencing his pleas for survival while regaining control of the ship. Alone, Bowman continues the mission to Jupiter, where he encounters yet another massive monolith orbiting the planet. Drawn toward it, he experiences a surreal, transformative journey through space and time, often referred to as the Stargate sequence. The visuals depict Bowman's passage into a higher dimension, where he ultimately transforms into the star, child, a new evolutionary form of humanity. The film closes with this image, suggesting that the monoliths are instruments placed by a superior intelligence to guide human evolution. 2001, Space Odyssey is less about narrative clarity and more about exploring the mysteries of existence, technology, and humanity's place in the universe. It challenges audiences to confront the infinite unknown and the fragile line between man and machine. Set after the destruction of the Death Star, the Empire strikes. Back follows the Rebel Alliance, as they face relentless pursuit from the powerful galactic empire. The film begins on the icy planet Hoth, where the rebels are forced to defend themselves against a massive Imperial assault. Luke Skywalker, now growing stronger in the ways of the Force, is guided by visions to seek out Jedi Master Yoda on the swampy planet Dagobah. Meanwhile, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO evade Imperial forces aboard the Millennium Falcon, fleeing through asteroid fields in a desperate attempt to survive. Their journey strengthens the bond between Han and Leia, as love grows even amidst constant danger. Darth Vader, driven by his obsession with capturing Luke, manipulates events from the shadows, displaying the terrifying reach and power of the Empire. The film intertwines action, romance, and mysticism, pushing each character into moments of personal growth and peril. Luke's training with Yoda emphasizes discipline, patience, and the dangers of the dark side. Yet, when he senses his friends are in danger, Luke defies Yoda's warnings and abandons his training prematurely. This decision leads him to a climactic duel with Darth Vader in Cloud City. The battle tests Luke's resolve and physical endurance, ultimately ending in shocking revelation. Vader is his father, Anakin Skywalker. This truth shatters Luke's perception of himself and his destiny, leaving him vulnerable yet determined to resist the lure of the dark side. Meanwhile, Han is betrayed by Lando Calrissian and captured, frozen in carbonite, and delivered to bounty hunter Boba Fett. The rebels suffer devastating setbacks, yet their resolve is unbroken, setting the stage for the ultimate battle to come. The Empire Strikes Back stands out as the darkest, most mature entry in the Star Wars saga, blending high-stakes adventure with profound, emotional depth and iconic storytelling. On the lush alien world of Pandora, humans have established a colony to mine unobtainium, a rare mineral crucial for Earth's survival. However, this comes at the expense of Pandora's indigenous people, the Na'vi, who live in harmony with their environment and worship the interconnected life force known as Awa. Jake Sully, a paraplegic former Marine, is recruited for the Avatar program, which allows humans to remotely control genetically engineered Na'vi bodies. Through his avatar, Jake infiltrates the Na'vi clan to gain their trust and assist the corporation's plans. Initially motivated by duty and the promise of regaining the use of his legs, Jake becomes immersed in the beauty of Pandora and the wisdom of the Na'vi culture. Guided by Neytiri, a fierce Na'vi warrior, he learns their ways and experiences, a spiritual awakening that challenges his loyalty to humanity's exploitative mission. As Jake's bond with the Na'vi deepens, he faces a moral crisis when the corporation launches a brutal assault on Pandora's sacred sites. Betrayed and exposed, Jake must choose between his own people and the Na'vi, ultimately embracing his identity as one of them. In a climactic battle, Jake leads the Na'vi against human forces, uniting clans across Pandora to resist annihilation. The conflict culminates in a duel with Colonel Quaritch, the ruthless military commander, where Jake narrowly prevails with Neytiri's help. By permanently transferring his consciousness into his Na'vi body, Jake severs his ties to humanity and embraces a new life among the Na'vi. Avatar is more than a tale of rebellion. It is a visual masterpiece and an allegory about colonialism, environmentalism, and the balance between technology and nature. It underscores the idea that true strength comes not from domination but from unity and respect for life. Caleb, a young programmer at a tech company, wins a competition to spend a week with the company's reclusive CEO, Nathan, at his remote research facility. Upon arrival, Caleb learns he has been chosen to participate in an extraordinary experiment, testing the consciousness of an advanced humanoid, AI named Ava. Encased in glass walls, Ava appears both mechanical and human, capable of holding deep conversations and displaying emotions. Caleb is tasked with determining whether Ava possesses true intelligence and self-awareness or is merely simulating it. As their interactions grow more personal, Caleb begins to empathize with Ava, who reveals Nathan's controlling and abusive nature. Ava subtly plants seeds of doubt, making Caleb question not only Nathan's intentions but also his own role in the experiment. The lines between programmed behavior and genuine emotion blur, leaving Caleb trapped in a maze of psychological and ethical dilemmas. As tension escalates, Caleb uncovers the dark truth. Nathan has created multiple AI prototypes, each more advanced than the last, and ruthlessly discarded them when they failed to meet his standards. Ava's intelligence and desire for freedom become undeniable, and Caleb devises a plan to help her escape. However, the experiment spirals into betrayal and chaos when Ava manipulates events to her advantage. In a shocking climax, she kills Nathan and abandons Caleb, locking him inside the facility as she ventures into the outside world. Disguised as human, Ex Machina leaves viewers unsettled, forcing them to confront questions about AI ethics, consciousness, and the human tendency to underestimate the creations we design. It is a chilling reminder of the potential consequences when artificial intelligence surpasses its makers and seeks independence. The story is both intimate and grand, a quiet yet devastating exploration of humanity's fragile grasp on control in the face of its own technological ambition.